The second psychological phase of menopause is called surrender. And surrender happens at the point where you can accept that whatever manifestations, whatever symptoms are showing up for you, you can accept them. You can allow them. And don't get me wrong, the shitstorm is still there. The challenge is still definitely there. But it's where our relationship to it changes from resistance to acceptance. The shift is from ignoring the problem, trying to make it go away, to asking it, what do you need here? What do I need here? What is this trying to tell me? What does it feel like? What is the texture of this pain? The pattern of this pain, whether it's physical pain or mental pain, anxiety or depression, whatever. And in surrender, we start to communicate with the challenges that are knocking on our door, to invite them in and give them a cup of tea, and a digestive. So instead of pushing yourself to complete all the tasks that you used to do in a day, you start to delegate more, or maybe just entertain the possibility of a different career, or doing things in a different way, because what is happening here just isn't sustainable anymore. Surrender is a wintry place. It's a place of dreaminess and rest, of dropping deep into a sort of more yin place, very much like your period, like your bleed. And you can practice for menopause, if you're still bleeding, by being as conscious and as aware as you can through your period, to notice what soothes you and what supports you and what gets in the way. And I think a really helpful thing to think about, maybe journal or talk about with your friends, is your beliefs about resting. What stops you from resting? For myself, surrender came when I started to entertain the possibility that the pain and the restriction in my hands meant that I might have to stop doing body work. And this is stuff that I've been doing for 25 years, and it was a big part of my identity was bound up in being a therapist. And my hands really showed me that I'd lost my grip on who I was. I was identifying so much with being good, with being helpful and nice and all this kind of stuff, that it had taken me away from who I really am. It was a false role, you could say. But this possibility of letting that go was absolutely massive for me. It was huge. But by really entertaining that possibility, it really led me into surrender. So I could say, okay, maybe I could let go of that. Maybe I could stop. Surrender is standing naked without our defences that have served us so well. Surrender is also a deep listening to our needs. It's a sort of reconnection with our central goodness, our inner goodness and trust that we're held. Menopause is an initiation that asks us to sit naked, to take off all these roles and take off the armouring that has protected us and sit in the unknown and wait. To really be with the unknown. It's a spiritual practice, really. People meditate and go and live in caves for years to do this, but our bodies give it to us for free in menopause, to be with the unknown, to develop a relationship with not knowing who we are and not knowing what is going to happen. It's an amazing gift and enormously challenging. So your surrender might be bunking off work, taking a duvet day. It might be looking busy, but actually not being very busy, just letting yourself dream. It might be napping. It might be just subtly putting your needs before other people's and making sure you fill your own cup before you fill other people's. It's also a time to declutter. It's a real sort of Mary Kondo life cleaning moment on a big scale. And this means that the trauma and old patterns really can surface again, asking to be healed. And the more we ignore them, the more insistent the voices become. And in this place of surrender, you'll be able to really hear them. That thing about listening that I spoke about earlier, you can really listen to what is needed here in the quiet and in the spaciousness of surrender. Another ally is the quality of presence. Can you be present to the discomfort? Us humans are brilliant at avoiding pain. We hate it. We try and numb out, we try and fix it, we try and get rid of it, we try and, we really don't want to feel this discomfort. But the more that we can be attentive to the discomfort, to notice it, and to just allow it to be as it is, the deeper we can surrender. And if you need some help with that, then Tara Brach has some excellent talks on managing pain, which, particularly with her RAIN meditations. You can look those up, they're great. You may also want to declutter your cupboards and get rid of your stuff. And that is a wonderfully therapeutic process too, to release on the outside what is no longer needed as well.